Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are around this world. This is Paulo Schneider, and today, starting with a new and improved podcast show called The Real Talk with Paulo Schneider, and bringing to you a ton of information from around our region here, specifically the region of South Florida, the United States, and we're going to talk about everything that is to talk about related to real estate, business, innovation, technology, motivational stuff. You want to hang out with us here because we're going to throw some great stuff onto you there in these videos that we're going to produce to make sure that every audience out there that is listening to us, that is viewing us and passing it on to your friends and families and even the people that you don't like so much, but they need to know this information because it's valuable information that we're going to bring to you at every show. And so, but don't forget about log into our social media. It's right here showing on the screen. Log into, subscribe, and give us the tips that you want to talk about or you want to hear about the real estate world, the business world, the booming world of economics right here in Florida. And I can tell you from a little bit of experience that we can bring you a lot of information. At this show, we're going to have a number of guests in different segments with different knowledge so that we can bring to you information that you need to know. In fact, we have some videos in our podcast right there, some live videos are specifically talking about real estate, and there's a great video there that I just recently did about 1031 exchange. Those of you who are real estate investors from around the world, have properties in the United States, and are selling from somewhere, whatever, in whichever state you're in, and you're selling your property, and you want to buy a different property in, say, Florida or any other state, you need to watch that video. I had one of the greatest experts in 1031 exchange on at my show. His name is Drew Moynihan, and he gave us a real lesson about what you need to do when you sell, or before actually you sell a investment property. So log into our YouTube channels or every channels of ours and follow us so that we can help you out there and make your life, your economic life, a little bit easier. And especially when you start investing, there are things that you need to know. A lot of people make a lot of mistakes. My expertise is in real estate, in residential and commercial real estate in the state of Florida, and been around for about 30 years in this industry. I have a good background in the real estate financial world as well. I was in that industry for 17, 18 years, and so we can bring you a lot of information in that segment as well. But let's talk about why Florida has become the destination to many people around this world, specifically on the real estate and the technology world. And so let's talk about this a little bit. Let's bring you some information why you need to take advantage of this market as we speak right now. Of course, the state of Florida has some tax benefits. I'm not going to go into those details, but if you want to know more information, we don't have time to talk about this today, but if you want to know if you want to know more about that stuff, the real estate benefits and the tax benefits, log in, connect with us, and I'll share all the information I can share with you. But we have also the technology boom that is coming our way. So we are right now in the process of the development of the third largest technology hub in the United States. And this really started mostly because of the pandemic. As you all know, throughout the country, throughout the world, when the pandemic hit us, everybody was looking for a way out, and nobody really was immediately finding a solution. And time went by, people started to see where they wanted to be, and South Florida, or the state of Florida mainly, has been very, very, very attractive for a lot of people around the world. So we have people from all over the world coming, California, from the United States, everywhere from the United States, specifically from some challenging states and some cold states. And they all came to South Florida. So what happened when all these people came here? Well, we saw a major increase in property values. We saw a major increase in the rental market, and it has continued to be so. But is it overpriced, or are there many opportunities still? There are a lot of opportunities still. This is a state that is growing in leaps and bounds. Was named the fastest growing state in the country recently. Why is that important for you? Why am I saying this? Because if you want to benefit from anything corporate real estate, this is where you want to be. We are growing here in this state for a very long time. We are going to grow. We're going to grow. That's for sure, because the number of people that are coming to the state of Florida is mind-boggling. We have hundreds of thousands of people every year coming into the state, and everybody's looking to find a way and invest here. And these are people with a lot of money. These are not just fly-by-night type of people. They come with a lot of money. They're investing heavily here. And so there is a benefit for you to come in as well and take a piece of the pie. And that has brought the real estate market to a different level. We are at the moment in a stabilized market value prices. The average market value of the properties have gone up a little bit, but in general, we have had a decrease of property prices anywhere from 5 to 10% throughout the state. But what's interesting is that we are very short in inventory. We have under 3 months of inventory, where we really should have anywhere from 5 to 7 months easily. And the reason for having 5 and 7 months, maybe 8 months even, of inventory, it would give you more choices for you to pick a different property and wouldn't be so competitive with so many buyers running into that same house. And because we have so many buyers still coming down here, running into this property or that, whatever property it may be, it makes the prices still at the top level. Construction is going on left and right. It will be continuing until we settle with all this need that we have. But because a lot of people wanted to buy and they can't really buy fast enough, they keep renting. And that created a different perspective on the rental market. We have had rental market values increased severely, and that put a little bit of a sting on the prices, which is for affordability. But for the most part, everything is really unbelievable. We are living in a very, very solid economic situation right now. There's a lot of money coming our way. So again, if you want to be really thinking, if you're really thinking about investing here, you need to consider your options. There are many ways you can invest. I always tell my clients, if you want to buy and make money reselling it without having the property rented out and you don't want to deal with tenants, I suggest that you do, first thing, buy a new construction. Invest in a new construction day one. The moment we find out for you that there is a new development coming up, it doesn't matter what area it is in the state. It does not matter. What I can tell you is that once you invest and you are one of the 10, 15, 20%, or 25% of first investors into that development, you put your money down, you put your 25, 30%, whatever, 40% down right up front. By the time you get the keys, you will see a massive improvement of market value of that property. What we really need to make sure is that if you can sell that property immediately after you get the keys at the closing. If so, I can almost assure you, obviously nothing is guaranteed in this world. Nobody can guarantee anything. But you will walk away with 25, 30%, or 40% in some cases of market value improvement. You turn this thing around and you sell it in 12, 18 months after you start investing in this project. And this is what makes it great. You won't deal with anything, absolutely nothing. All you need to do is put your money down, buy this place, buy this property, select it, put your improvements in there, whatever you want to do, or if you want to keep it as simple as they deliver it, or whatever you want to really do and put into this property. You turn it around and sell it and get that money and invest in a different project. A lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are doing that. But say now you don't want to invest in residential real estate. What's the next best thing? In my opinion, the next best thing is medical offices. Commercial investments in medical offices, not just buy one unit in the medical office, building. Buy the whole building. Why? Is because you have multiple tenants in there. And one of the biggest advice I can give you is beware. When you buy a standalone building that has only one tenant. This is very, very important because a standalone building, when you have one tenant and that tenant moves out, it's usually very difficult to get a tenant the next day, the next month, the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So beware of that. If you can't afford to hold a property like that for a long time, then you want to reconsider this investment seriously. Of course you want to make money. Everybody wants to make money. But if you don't have rental income coming from that building, the expenses are going to be there no matter what, whether you like it or not. You have to still maintain that building. And that's costly at some times. So you want to make sure that you have a building that has multiple doors, multiple units, multiple tenants. And for the purpose of you diversify your investment a little bit, spread it out. So if one tenant moves out, still you have 4, 5, 6 other tenants that cover the cost of everything plus some profit left over for you. That's what you really want to do. And it is considered to be that the medical industry is the best real commercial real estate investment, or one of the best, I shouldn't say the best, but one of the best commercial real estate investments you can put your money into. The reason also is because the medical offices, they usually they sign up for long leases, 3, 5, 10-year leases, and they renew those leases forever. Doctors don't really want to move very much their clinics around so that their patients don't lose track of them. That's another reason you want to consider that. So if you buy a building that has retail space, as you know, small businesses sometimes struggle. Depending on economic times, it's not that easy. Again, you lose a retail business, you have to find another retail business, and they come and go. We have some industry information here that about 80% of the small businesses go out of business the first 2 to 3, 4 years. So you got to be really careful with small businesses, whatever it may be, restaurants, retail, anything small. But the medical industry is very solid on the other hand. It's widely considered one of the best investments you can do. So if you're interested in commercial investments, it may not just be medical. You may have other ideas that have worked for you for life, and you may be an expert in that industry, say warehousing or storage facilities or anything that you feel comfortable and you have a good expertise on that subject. Connect with us. I assure you, I can help you from all the way on the commercial world in the entire state of Florida. I can assure you, and we have our experts around us, attorneys, and everybody else around us that can absolutely provide the best professional services for you. We do our research. We make sure that everything is in line and that you get your return and the return that you've been looking for. So, because obviously you want to make money. And that's our job, to bring you the best possible property for you to have the greatest return on your investment. That's very important. On the residential side, our focus is South Florida, Orlando, and the Tri-Counties right here, Palm Beach County, Broward County, and Miami-Dade County. We've been in this area for a long time. And as I said, if you want to buy residential properties, whether it is for a vacation property or it is you like the residential income properties, there are many opportunities as well. We need to make sure that, again, do our due diligence, get the right property for you at the right cost, at the right price, at the right expenses, so that the rate of return for you is still valuable. And then again, it depends on what you're looking for. If you want an aggressive return, then we have to be careful with that to buy in a different area. But if you want a solid return and not so aggressive in terms of the highest return in your investment, then we have many more options for you. And again, we have a lot of new developments coming in the area here, either residential or residential single-family homes or condominiums or things of that nature that you can invest in. There are also different strategies that we can, through our connections, put you into. And to invest in different developments, becoming a partner in a pool of investors. And these companies, they invest in large developments, and they are looking for investors. And again, if you don't want to put your hands in and just have your money in there and let it grow, let it produce for you without you having to put your hands in or get your hands dirty, that's, again, an opportunity for you to diversify a little bit. There are many, many, many options, as you can see, for you to invest in. But you need to come and get moving, because somebody is making the money. There's always somebody in there that is making the money. But you know what the difference is? They made a move on it. They made a move on it, and you're still thinking about it. And you're still, let me see if the rate comes down. Let me see if the market changes. Let me see if the economy changes. Let me see if the weather changes. Well, things will come and go. For so long as you think this way, you'll never make an investment. And when you do make an investment, it's usually not a very good investment. And that's a fact. But the people who really step in usually are those who step in first. They reap the best rewards. They make the most money. And on top of it, they build the greatest expertise in the industry. Because they gain knowledge. And knowledge, with the right tools, is power. It's power. It's very powerful. Because they've been known as investors. They get to be known as investors. And real estate developers or whoever it may be out there, they are looking for that kind of investor, because they know these folks understand the industry. And that's very, very important. So if you want to become an investor in anything you want to do real estate related here, again, get in touch with us. Let us know what you're looking for. And I can assure you that we will spread out, put it on the table for you, that you can make the right selection, the right investment for you. We've been around for a long time. We're not going to go anywhere. Our job, our responsibility is to bring you the best investments that are around. And of course, we need to make sure that we bring this to you so that you can tell all your friends and your enemies. I'm sure you don't have any, but to tell them who are the people that can help them down here in Florida. And this is us. Right here, you can connect with us. We'll bring you to these opportunities, and I can assure you that I think you will perform pretty well. In the technology world that we have seen, what has happened, as if you read a little bit about what's going on economically wise around the United States and around the world, Florida has become a huge destination for a lot of technology companies. The banking industry, the technology companies, all around the world, in the United States as well, have moved a lot of their businesses to South Florida and some of them to Texas. That's true. But again, the opportunity is lesser cost, better connected to the Central and South America markets. As you know, South America is becoming really big in technology, and a lot of these companies are coming to the United States. They're putting some of their headquarters and including some of their offices here. Why? They want access to the U.S. technology development in a much better way. And why not come to Miami? Why not come to Boca Raton? Why not come to South Florida? We got everything here. We got it all here. The best weather in the world, good economy, nice beaches, good gastronomy. The food is outstanding. If you like, if you're a foodie, you have a ton of selections, and there is more and more coming every day. So the opportunity for you to come around here and take a shot at this state. Come to South Florida. We will definitely show the way. So you have many options, whether it is the technology industry you want to be in, the real estate development industry you want to be in, or simply become an investor in any of those areas, or you want to get away from some of the states you're in, some of the cities you're in, and you want to be in a more relaxed environment. Just move down here, buy your property here, and manage everything from here, whatever you have around the world. And it's another way, and as they say down here, if you can make it here and you can build a good lifestyle, you're truly going to live in paradise. This really, it's an amazing area to be at. For those of you who know it, I'm sure can testify. And for those of you who don't, it's time for you to make your move. So I'm asking you to get in touch with us, to connect with us. Put your questions up there. We'll answer every question you have. And if I don't know the answer, I know the people who do have the answer for sure. But I can assure you that you won't be without the answer, one way or the other. And so, again, if you're planning on any of these areas, investing in whatever way you want to invest in, even if you want to buy land or you want to buy a farm, absolutely, we have the connections. So this is why you need some solid expertise, some solid folks around you to help you make great decisions. It's not only from people inside the United States that come down here and a lot of times make some bad investments. But if you're listening to us from around the world, and if you find this video from wherever you are around this world, this is mighty, mighty, mighty important. You need to make sure you do your homework. It's easy to invest. Easy, very simple. But that is also an easy way to lose everything. When you invest in the wrong areas, when you invest in the wrong business, when you invest without the proper knowledge, without the proper consultations, and without the proper information. Don't make decisions emotionally. Always rationalize your decisions, carefully design your decisions, consult until you find your right niche where you are comfortable in. It's more important for you to know what you're going to do and where you want to be than having somebody sell something that they want to sell to you. Everybody wants to sell you something. Everybody wants to sell you something. But you need to make sure that you have to have that power, that decision-making power, and feel comfortable that you have done your rationale and that the decision that you are going to make is the decision that is best for you. Not best for anybody else. Not best for the salespeople. Not best for whatever. But it's got to be good for you, because from that investment, you need to get a certain return. And if that return is not the right return, and it's not sufficient to cover all your expenses or the profit you're looking for, then that was a bad investment. And to sell a property the next day, it's not that easy. If you buy it today, Sure, you can turn around and sell it tomorrow. But at what price? Most likely at a loss. Then initially you have made a bad investment. It costs you to invest. There's no free lunch. Nowhere around the world is there free lunch. You always pay. Somebody's going to pay for it. You all know that. But now you invested, right? And it wasn't a great decision. Now you have to think about reselling. You just can't turn around the next day unless you really buy it for an absolute crazy good price. Then yes, you have a chance to make the money back and then some. But otherwise, you're probably going to be losing on both ends. Once you invest it and once you have to sell it. So that's why you have to have good expertise around you. People that have area knowledge. Everybody advertises that they're the best in whatever they do. But not everybody is the best at what they do. That's very, very important. And how do you find out? By consulting with people, by talking to them, by researching them, by sitting down with them, by having multiple conversations with them. And that's how you find out who you should choose. And then most important with everything on top of it, you will feel when you talk to people about who that person might be. I truly hope that when you and I talk, you're going to get that good feeling that said, this is the guy. This is the person that I need to talk to. And I think you're right. So next time you're thinking about investing in anything South Florida or Florida, if it's commercial, throughout state Florida, if it's residential, throughout South Florida, I'm your guy. So connect with us. Link to our sites, our social media sites, our Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube channels, my website. Get in touch with us, connect with us, and I will see you around, and we'll have a cup of coffee right here in South Florida on me. See you at the next program. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon.